again, everybody. Corey Macklin sitting along ringside. Another big day of USWA Championship Wrestling. Without my friend Dave Brown. Dave has the day off today. He'll be back next week. Boy, what a big show we've got today. Opening bout of the day, Brian Christopher in a single bout against Bart Sawyer. That's the opening bout we'll have here today. The Moondogs and Richard Lee, they'll be here later on. Flamboyant, Eric Embry, Jeff Jarrett, Robert Fuller, and the expiration of time versus Doug Masters and Tony Falk. An interesting team there. Some things that developed during the week. We'll have all of that. We've got a full day of action today, USWA Wrestling. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. Brian Christopher and Bart Sawyer after this. Last Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum, Brian Christopher said he wanted to fight Tony Williams, his former partner of the New Kids, who are a tag team here. And Monday night at the Coliseum, they both fought it out in the ring with boxing gloves. Let's take a look at what happened there.
There they go. They're off, Corey. Pounding away. Look at those boxing gloves fly.
Yeah, but I tell you, Dave, I don't know how fair this is with Brian, who has that face guard on there. Tony's wrestling bareheaded. Don't really know how fair this is. They're going after each other. Tony swung at Brian that time. Brian got under him there. Boy, they are going after each other. Tony with the right hand underneath him, Brian.
Brian Christopher landing a couple of punches. Trying to take Tony Williams down. Puts Tony down. Kicks him right in the midsection.
Hey, slung Tony across the ring there. Big right foot in the midsection. Got Tony knocked down. Now, Brian just slung him straight across the ring. Tony's laid out there trying to get back on his feet. 7 count by referee Frank Morrell. 8. Oh, Brian slugged him with a big right hand as referee Frank Morrell had the 8 count. Won't give Tony a chance to get out. Referee Frank Morrell at 5 now on the count. Maybe a count out of Tony won't get up. Tony. There's a count out. There it is. Brian is the winner. Brian Christopher declared the winner. He's the winner as they count out. Christopher will be here today. Here he comes now. Brian Christopher got his hands full in a bout today. Brian, you've got your hands full with Bart Sawyer in a single bout coming.
Did you see that, Corey?
Yeah, I saw it.
I went down there and I showed everybody just what I said came true. I said I was going to go out there and whoop Tony, and that's what I did. You see, Tony, you lay down every time you step in the ring, and you did it in the ring against me boxing. You're nothing. Oh, two of these big right hands is all you could take. You see, you couldn't pry yourself off the mat with a crowbar. You're nothing, you know? How'd you like it, Corey? Did you like it? And now I got Bart Sawyer in here today. Another thing, Eddie Marlin, see, you come out here and you try to treat me like a Saturday morning piece of meat. I'm not that. That's not my style. And I proved to you and I proved to all these people.
What is Eric Embry doing out here? Oh, boy.
I like your style, Brian. You're all right, but he's a little bit like me. He don't take nothing off of Eddie Marlin, do you? You don't have to take nothing off that old coot, man. Oh, Brian, listen, you got a tough match today. You got that Bart Sawyer. Yeah, he's gonna be he'll be a little tough for you. But I tell you what I'm gonna do because you got such a good attitude. I'm gonna stand out here and I'm gonna watch. And if you want any advice, any kind of advice at all, you just stick your head out and you ask me, and I'll give you some advice. We're going to make you mean, man. I'm going to teach you how to be just a little bit meaner, and with the potential that you got, you're going right to the top. How's that sound?
Now, I don't know how it sounds. I tell you, let's just go on to the ring. Brian Christopher against Bart Sawyer in a single bout. Referee is in the ring, Kevin Christian, and I don't know what it's going to be like with Eric Embry out here. Boy, I tell you, we don't need him interfering in any bouts, and he's sitting in the corner of Brian Christopher. There's the bell, and here we go. Brian and Bart Sawyer in a single bout here today. Eric Embry in the corner of Brian Christopher. Boy, I don't know what that's going to turn out to be. Brian, nice clean takedown, though, there on Bart Sawyer. Boy. Bart Sawyer, Brian Christopher tangling up. Brian, another nice takedown there. Nice clean move so far. Embry says he's going to try to teach him how to be mean. We don't need... Yeah, Eric says he can help him go far. It's okay to help him, Eric, but how are you going to help him? I tell you. Brian has Bart Sawyer in a headlock now. Bart goes Brian into the ropes. Comes over, jumps over. Brian. Nice. Hip toss by Bart Sawyer, and Brian is down. They're trying to call for timeout now. Brian in his corner. Bart Sawyer with a nice hip toss. Took him down. Now Brian's over there talking with Eric Embry now. Referee Kevin Christian counted on Brian. If Brian would just fight his bout, I tell you, don't need Eric out here on ringside at all. Christopher and Sawyer tangling it up now. Brian picks Bart up. Body slam. Oh, Sawyer kicked his way out of there. Brian tried to go for a pin cover there. Almost had one with after the body slam on Bart. Brian Christopher, Bart Sawyer. Tangling up. Brian takes Bart down. Bart's got him in the scissors. Eric Embry's over here saying he pulled his hair. Nice clean move, though, by Bart Sawyer. Real clean move.
Smart move, man. That's showing you, Brian.
Yeah. Here, Eric Embry. Whoa! Brian shoved Bart. Bart shoved him back. Brian. Big right hand, and Sawyer ducked. Picks Brian up. Another knee drop. Big drop kick by Bart Sawyer. Brian goes over to his corner. Yeah, with the man he said that he admires, Eric Embry. Embry says he's going to teach Brian how to be mean in the wrestling business. We don't need any little Eric Embrys around here, I tell you that. Embry himself is enough. Christopher and Bart Sawyer tangling up now. Brian takes Bart into the ropes. Comes off, jumps over, nice move. Oh, Brian. One of those big kicks. Yeah, I saw it, Eric. I saw it. That was a nice move. Nice move by Brian. Brian down on Bart Sawyer now with a big right hand. Hey, he's choking him there. Did you see that, Eric? Look at that. He's got his foot on him there, choking him. Brian jumps down on Bart Sawyer. Well, I tell you, this Brian Christopher already has a horrible attitude. He was a good, clean, single wrestler. Even when he wanted to fight on his single. Yeah, he don't need it, though, Derek. The new kids were getting to be a pretty good team until Brian got too hot-headed and big-headed. Whoa! Nice takedown by Bartman. Drop kick by Sawyer. Takes Brian and into the ropes. Brian comes off. Shoulder block by Sawyer. Brian still standing. Hey, look at that! That's what we're talking about. Embry trips up Sawyer. Brian drops with an elbow. Going for the pin cover. 1, 2, 3. Oh, boy. Yeah, I tell you. Eric Embry right at ringside here, interfering in the bout. And now Brian going over now thanking Eric Embry. He's just thanking him for interfering in the bout. That's what happened there. Eric Embry says he's going to teach Brian Christopher how to be mean. Hey, he tripped up Bart Sawyer, I tell you. Christopher gets the win. Oh, that's not all. We'll be back. The Moondogs and their manager, Richard Lee, will be back. Waiting now on Mr. Doug Masters. He's got his handful this week with Bart Sawyer in a lumberjack match, and we'll see what he has to say. There he is, Doug Masters now, along with Tony Falk and Eric Embry and CJ. Well, Mr. Masters, you've got your hands full this week with Bart Sawyer, lumberjack strap match.
Let me tell you something, you orange-headed crybaby. Bart Sawyer, you tried to beat me with a strap on the pole match. But, baby, that didn't work now, did it? And then you tried to beat me by tying us together with these straps in an Indian strap match. But, my friend, that didn't work either. Now you cry, baby, you're going bawling to the USWA saying you're wanting a lumberjack strap match. so you won't have to be running from me. Well, let me tell you something, Bart Sawyer. It's plain and simple. When we do get in that lumberjack match, and when you do try to run from me, Mr. Eric Embry, Tony Falk, and CJ might just whoop you till you look like a stepchild. You hear me?
Mike, what are you talking about, Mike, man? What are you talking about, Mike? Bart Sawyer, when you try to run away from him like you ran for the last 3 weeks, man, we're gonna take these traps and we're gonna beat you till we can't beat no more. And now Jeff Jarrett, dirty white boy, and Miss Texas, that tramp of a Miss Texas. I got a score to settle with all 3 of you all that I ain't forgot about, man. So don't turn your back, because if I get the chance, and I know I will, I'm gonna wear you all out too. We're gonna wear them out too. Tell that Miss Texas what you gonna do.
I got news for you, Miss Texas. You come over on my side, I'll beat you with an inch of your life.
Did you hear that, Miss Texas? And if you don't have enough guts to come around there, I'll run you around there, Miss Texas.
Well, we'll see you in the lumberjack strap match.
Hey, wait a minute. Let me tell you something. A little later on, I'm going to come out here with a big surprise. It's the biggest announcement in my life, Coy. I'm going to make it right here on this program in a little while.
Yeah, well, I don't know how bad I want to hear it. Here comes Richard Lee, manager of the International Roughnecks, the Moondogs, holders of the World Tag Team titles. And there goes the bell, and here we go. The Moondogs jumping before the bell, as usual.
Boy, Macklin, I want to say something.
Well, you got the mic, Richard.
Jeff Jarrett, I hope you're back in the back, brother. And I'm going to tell you right now, I want you to watch the monitor. This is you, boys. This is you right here. Do you know what you did? Do you know what you did, Jeff Jarrett? You hit me in the head, boy. You hit me in the head and made me bleed. Now, let me tell you what happened, son.
Oh, boy.
When you did that, my dogs went crazy. My dogs looked out, and they saw me in the floor. They saw me bleed.
I wish you'd get him out of here.
Scared, Jeff.
Boy,
They were scared, boy. And you know what you did? You signed your death warrant, hot dog. You have signed your death warrant, boy, because this is you. This is you laying in the middle of the ring, Robert Fuller. This is you laying in the middle of the ring, Jeff Jarrett.
Get him out of here, Richard.
Chair's on your back, boy. It's not on mine. It's not on my head. It's not on my body.
Boy, I tell you.
No place on me now, boy.
Richard, I tell you what.
Because it's all on you.
You need to get these guys out of here, man.
It's on your shoulders now, Robert Fuller. Every bit of it's on your shoulders, Jeff Jarrett. Because my dogs will not back off from anybody, brother.
Oh, boy.
It's not bred into them to back off from anybody. And it's not bred into them to back off from anything. And they will not.
Hey,
as long as I'm on this hard freedom, they will not back off from anybody. And the only thing they're going to do is they're going to bring destruction, all destruction, to the USWA, brother. And there ain't nobody in this world who's going to stop them.
Richard, I tell you, you've said what you had to say. The bout is over with. Hey, he's got that chair. Jumping on these guys even before the bell sounded. Oh, boy, I tell you. Let's get back over here. They got that table on the guys. Can't get to the bell. This is bad. Boy, I tell you, the Moondogs come out here every week. Richard, why don't you take them out of here? Now, this is bad. This is enough. They've already won the bout, Richard. Get them out of here. Come on now. They pick up that big bell. Jumping on them. Yeah, Eddie, let's see if we can get these guys out of here. Richard Lee brings them out here. He's mad and upset about what happened. They won the belts. They retained the world titles. Won the bout today. What else do they have to prove? Get them out of here, boy. Jumping on these guys. This is bad. I tell you the truth. Moondog Spot picks that chair up. Hey, look out now. Richard, get him out of here. Take him out of here, Richard. Get these crazy fools out of here. That's right. Get them out of here. Moondogs. Boy, I tell you. They retained the World Tag titles, won their bout today. They have nothing else to prove. Boy, that's horrible. Let's take a break. We'll be back. Well, Richard Lee finally got those crazy Moondogs out of here, those crazy fools. Come out here every week. They won the bout, and let's take a look at some highlights with Jarrett and Robert Fuller and the Moondogs. Last week, the world titles at stake.
Coming out after the Moondogs. World Tag Team titles on the line. Jeff Jarrett up to the second rope. Down with the Moondog bone. Jeff goes outside with the metal chair across the top of the head of the Moondog. Jarrett battling it out with him. Takes the Moondog. Puts him out onto our table in front of us. Picks him out on the table. Starts pounding away on him. Jarrett slams the metal railings down. Picks the world titles up. Grabs Spike. Slams his head hard.
Hey, look at Jeff. Got that chair, though. Catches the Moondogs. Spot with that chair. Spike from behind. Nails Jeff Jarrett. Robert Fuller comes in now trying to help his partner, Jeff. Other right hand, nailing Jeff. Outside the ring. Picks that chair up on Jeff. Boy, I tell you, these guys, they make me mad with this kind of stuff. Come out here with that chair. Another lick on the back of Jeff Jarrett.
The Moondog. Spot has the bone in his hand. Goes after Jarrett. Gets him right in the midsection with it. Jeff up again. Again. To the midsection. With the Moondog bone. Slams his head hard. Into the top turnbuckle. Jarrett has the adrenaline pump. Fires off on the Moondog. Sends him across the ring. Goes for the drop kick. He misses it. The other Moondog picks him up. Sends Jarrett into the metal railing.
Moondogs and Jarrett swinging punches. Jeff trying to get a tag on his partner. Robert, he fires. Tennessee style. Robert Fuller comes in. Right hand on both of the Moondogs. Moondogs spot in the ring with Robert Fuller. Robert bags the Moondog back. Jeff trying to get over to help his partner. Robert's in a bad predicament. He's in the corner of the Moondogs now. They've got Robert double teaming on Robert. Right hand by Moondog spot. All right.
Fuller reverses it. Collides with Moondog Spot. Sent out of the ring. Fuller gets the tag. In comes Jeff. Jeff starts to get in after him. Paul Neighbors didn't see the tag made.
Well, that was last week, the world titles at stake. Here they come now. Jeff Jarrett and Robert Fuller. They're going to try to get those world titles back from the Moondogs, and they've got some chairs of their own. And boy, I know they're looking for revenge with Richard Lee and the Moondogs. Jeff, the unified, the USWA World Tag Team titles at stake again this week with the Moondogs.
That's exactly right, Corey. You know, we come out here week after week, and we talk about the Moondogs with their chairs, with their bones, with their manager. And one thing they have around their waist every week that just eats me inside is the USWA World Tag titles. Well, Moondogs, we've got a rematch this week, and I'm very thankful. And we went out and we requested one stipulation, and that's for a no disqualification match. And that means there are no rules. That means if we pick up a table at ringside, that's all right. Or if we take the bone, that's all right. Or if we get a chair, and that's what I want to bring to your attention right now, Moondogs. I've got a little surprise, and Robert does too, because we're sick and tired of seeing you walk out here, and there's a bunch of guys right back in the same dressing room that are sick and tired of seeing your face. You beat these two boys out here unmercifully, week after week after week, and we're sick of it. Now, guys, I want you to take a good look, because we've got some nice, shiny chairs, and they're painted real nice. And when we get done, we're going to hit you so hard with these chairs, we're going to knock the paint off, and the belts are going to go back around our waist where they belong.
Robert?
You know, Jeff, that reminds me of a little story. Back home in the barns there, we got a piece of field out there in the back, all full of gopher holes and everything, a couple of old mules that hang around out there. And it's funny, we got a big stud horse back there in the back, it costs $100,000, runs AAA time on the track. You put him out there in that field, he wouldn't last too long because he'd step in one of them gopher holes and his leg would be broke. But you see them stinking good-for-nothing mules, they seem to miss the gopher holes. I'm going to tell you something, Richard Lee and Moondogs, I got your gopher hole right here, son. And this is one you're going to step in headlong, and you ain't going to get out of it easy. Richard Lee, you think about this, and you think very strong about it, son. All the problems we had on that floor with your good-for-nothing, you are going to pay for now, because not only Moondogs are going down, not only are we going to slap them in the face with these, with no disqualification rules, but you're going to get yours too. It's not who bleeds the most, it's who bleeds last, son. And you are going to do it, and you're going to be bright red by the time this one's over. I'm going to tell you something. It's the nicest thing that ever happened to me, Jeff. These people out here deciding they was going to pull for me. The reason that they pull for you is because you give them what they want. And I'm going to guarantee these people something. They don't like Moondogs. They're going to get what they want, because Moondogs and Richard Lee, it's R.I.P., Daddy. You're going down this time.
And Rob, one last thing. You know this R.I.P. right here? It's supposed to stand for rest in peace. Well, Moondogs, match time, that's going to stand for rest in pain.
All these need a little bit of blood from the Moondogs. Color them up a little bit.
Jeff Jarrett, Robert Fuller, they'll be back in the ring a little later. We'll be back with more. Back. Promoter Eddie Marlin joining me. And Eddie, we've got a big card Monday night at the Coliseum.
You know, it's a big card and probably the wildest card. And we've got a little bit of everything on it, Corey.
Oh, sure do. Sure do. Let's take a look. Opening bout, Tony Falk against the Candyman, Reggie B. Fine. That's going to be a good opening bout there, Candyman and Falk.
That's a good one. Candyman, you know, all the kids seem to like Candyman. He goes out with his candy and...
Yeah, Lawler says he gives out a ton of candy out there before he even starts. Brian Christopher, Eddie, new kid Brian, he'll be facing Freezer Thompson. Brian has had, he's got Eric Embry that came out here today and says he wants to make him more meaner.
That's right. Now, the Banny Rooster, Brian Christopher, he's got his work cut out for him. Freezer Thompson is a fine young athlete. He's big, and Brian Christopher is going to have to get on that bicycle and go to be able to do something with Freezer.
Winner to get world title match. We'll have more about this bout a little bit later. The Birdman, Coco Beware, he'll be facing Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony. A lot happened last week at the Coliseum. We'll have a little more about that a little bit later.
That's right. Too. Dirty White Boy is sort of upset, I think, at Coco Ware, but Coco Ware knows what holding that world belt will do for him, money-wise and prestige and all. So he went out to win the belt, and win the shot, and he won it.
He won it. Going to be a bout there, Coco and Birdman. Look at this. Miss Texas versus CJ. Cat fight into the ring. These two in the ring going against one another. Single bout, Eddie.
You know, this is listed as a cat fight. Miss CJ might find out that she's got a tiger in the ring with her when she gets in there with Miss Texas.
Miss Texas is tough. Southern heavyweight title bout. Flamboyant Eric Embry will be facing Dr. Tom Pritchard. That's going to be a good bout in itself. Last week, a lot of things happened. We'll be showing you some more highlights on that. But Embry and Pritchard against each other in the ring. Southern title at stake.
You know, it's a lot of bad Texas blood right there. That's going to be a wild match, and it'll be a tough match. I wouldn't want to be either one of those opponents in that match.
That's going to be a hot one. Lumberjack strap match. This is another hot bout. Bart Sawyer will be facing Doug Masters. Single bout with lumberjacks around the ring. These two are winning against the Indian strap match and the pole on the strap match. Lumberjack match this time. Lumberjacks around the ring. There's a look at all of the lumberjacks that will be around the ring. Lumberjacks, Jeff Jarrett, Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony, Miss Texas, Embry, Falk, and CJ. Then World Tag titles.
When you're in that ring, you get your brains beat out, but I'm telling you from experience, when you go outside that ring, that belt hurts. So I don't know which would be the best, stay in there and get hurt in the ring,
or to jump out.
Get out there and get whipped, I mean, unmerciful.
And then look at this, Eddie. The World Tag titles are at stake. Main event of the night. Don't disqualification. The Moondogs and their manager, Richard Lee. You know, it's bad for them to come out here and beat up on guys. Young wrestlers that are just getting a start in the wrestling profession. Come out and win the bout and then jump on the guys after the bell, before the bell. It just doesn't matter to Richard Lee and the Moondogs. That I don't think it'll matter to Jeff Jarrett and Robert Fuller Monday night either.
You know, the Moondogs come out here and they always have new guys that just trying to get started in the profession, and they seem to have their way about it. But I think they've got Robert and Jeff's attention now with no disqualification. I hope they got the roof bolted down real good on the Coliseum, because that is, no doubt, will be the wildest match that's ever been in the Mid-South Coliseum.
It will. I've sat at ringside and watched those bouts for the past 2 weeks, and boy, you talking about wild action. It has been that indeed.
When you take a metal chair, Corey, and tear it all to pieces, you're getting hurt.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's going to be a whole lot of chairs. Richard Lee has got 2 or 3 chairs. Jeff and Robert had a chair.
Chairs now, yeah.
It's going to be some damage done to somebody.
It's going to be interesting. It's on Monday night, Mid-South Coliseum. Free parking, too, Eddie.
Boy,
free parking.
It's going to be wild.
Free parking, no increase in prices. We'll be back with more here. Stay with us. The Lumberjack strap match with Bart, Sawyer, Doug Masters. Bart, Lumberjacks around the ring.
I tell you what, dude, it's getting wild and woolly. Now, Doug Masters, you say that you've been beating me everywhere. Well, I'll tell you what, the only thing that's been getting a workout, dude, it's not the belt, it's them tennis shoes you got on your feet. Because, dude, you just keep running. You run and run and run. We put the belt on the pole, and that can't keep you in. We tie each other together, and you have to have Tony Falk come down and help you. Well, this week, I got 3 of the toughest people in the whole wide world at ringside. I got the DWB, I got Jeff Jarrett, and I got the simply beautiful Miss Texas right there. But don't let this pretty frame, that pretty smile, fool nobody, because that little lady's tough and she's going to tear you up. Now, tell you what, Tony Falk, Eric Embry, Doug Masters, you better bring you a paper bag lunch, dude, because it's going to go all night long. Doug, you get out of the ring, you're going to get beat. You get back in the ring, you're going to get beat. Oh, it's going to be fun. Don't you miss it. Ain't that right, DWB?
That's it, you know. And I'm, well, excuse me there. I'm liable to get a little bored with the match, you know. So, Eric Embry, I'm liable to come around there and just whoop your big butt all over that building. Because I haven't forgot about you. What do you think? What about CJ, baby?
CJ, if you stick your nose in a match, honey, I will beat you like I own you.
And Eric Embry, I don't know if you know what this is, because this is a weight belt, and you got to go in a gym to know what this is. And I don't think you've been in too many gyms. Well, later on in the night, I'm going to have my chair, but Eric Embry earlier, I'm going to get this weight belt, and you're going to feel this leather across your face.
All right, Bart Sawyer, along with his Lumberjacks, Jeff Jarrett, Dirty White Boy, Tony Anthony, and Miss Texas. Coming up this week, Bart Sawyer and Doug Masters. Going to be an interesting bout. Lumberjacks around the ring, as we said. These two have had Indian strap match. They've had strap on the pole. This week, a Lumberjack match, and we'll see how that turns out. Well, here we come now. Flamboyant Eric Embry, along with Tony Falk. Embry's opponent today, T.D. Steele, in the ring. Tony Falk and C.J. in the corner of Eric Embry. About 1 fall, 15 minutes in time. Flamboyant Eric Embry steps up on the apron now. Finally gets in the ring. Tony Falk says he's got a special announcement to make a little bit later today. We'll see what that's all about. Eric Embry, there's T.D. Steele getting ready now. Embry finally coming off with the robe. Getting ready to go against T.D. Steele. Hands his robe out to C.J. in his corner. Referee Kevin Christian says ring the bell, and here we go. Corey Macklin sitting along ringside. USWA Championship Wrestling. A big day today already, boy. Embry and T.D. Steele now tangling up in the ring. T.D. Whoa! He had Embry. Looks to be a headlock, but Embry Boy, he threw him back on his neck. Yeah. Yeah, I saw it, Eric. Yeah. Eric Embry. Yeah. Eric Embry in the ring. Working on TD still. Big right hand now on TD. Snaps TD down. Whoa, big foot to the back by Embry. Yeah, I tell you what, you're talking about Jeff Jarrett, then you better be worried about Tom Pritchard coming up this week. You got that Southern title bout, too. That's coming up. Embry works on TD Steele now. Picks TD up. Got him in the air. Drops down on TD Steele. Big power move by Flamboyant Eric Embry. There he is. Finally covers TD. 1. And tell the referee, don't worry about counting. Referee Kevin Christian told him to go on and pin him if you're going to pin him, Embry. Boy, that's what makes me mad with these type of guys. Embry and the Moondogs and all of them come out here. They want to start the bout before the bell rings, get in the ring. Instead of just pinning the guys and going on back to the dressing room, they've got to try to humiliate somebody. That's horrible. Embry picks TD up, snaps him over, goes to the pin cover now. 1, look at that, picks him up again. Picked TD up, he had to cover. Got TD in a headlock there now. Working on TD still. TD in the headlock by Flamboyant Eric Embry. Backs up in the corner now. TD gets out of the headlock, boy, but Embry with a big right hand. Hey, look at here. Oh, look at that. Miss Texas came along ringside, and boy, she let CJ right on the bumpers back there. Went running out of here. Tony Falk and CJ coming back now. They went running after Miss Texas. Miss Texas just came out here with that leather strap and slashed CJ right on the bumper there, boy. Eric Embry is furious now. He is upset, boy. Picks TD up. Big right hand now on TD. Yeah, now Embry, he's upset now. Kicks TD right in the midsection there. TD still going against Embry. Whoa, DDT by Embry. He's going for the pin cover now. 1, 2, 3. That's it. Eric Embry. Yeah, hollering and looking for Miss Texas now. That's it. Eric Embry, the winner over TD Steele. Boy, looking for Miss Texas. Miss Texas came out here. Last CJ. Tony Falk and CJ went running after Miss Texas. Couldn't get her, though. Lumberjack strap match. That's going to be interesting. All coming up this week. We've got more here. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony here with me, but before we talk with Tony, last Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum, it was the Unified World Heavyweight Title Battle Royal. The Birdman, Coco Beware, Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony, and the Missouri Tiger Jeff Gaylord all participated. Here's highlights of that. Coco and Tony Anthony both with a series of right hands on Jeff Gaylord. Boy, they are leveling him off. Takes Gaylord into the ropes. Comes off double elbow by Coco and Tony. Birdman telling the Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony to cover him and pin him. Anthony picks him up, though, and it's like a double suplex on Gaylord. Oh, boy. Gaylord down. Coco telling Tony Anthony again to cover him. Going and pin him. 1, 2, 3. Gaylord is out. Tony Anthony trying to decide. Goes for the cover now. 2, 3. Got a 3 count out of it. Hey, look at it. Coco rolls Anthony. 1, 2, 3. Coco Beware, the Birdman, the winner. Well, Coco rolled you up there after you eliminated Gaylord. He got the pin cover on you there, Tony.
Well, there's no doubt in anybody's mind he did beat me for the 3 count. But, you know, I've had a couple surprises this week, and one of them was right there you just seen. But, see, I didn't let, you know, something that really bothered me was he kept telling me, pin the man, and finally when I did, I figured we'd eliminate him, and then me and Coco would square up and just see who was the better man to go after that world title shot. Coco, I just, you know, I couldn't let it lay there, so I walked straight in the dressing room. I said, Coco, what's wrong with you? I don't believe it. Well, the other surprise was he got straight up and he said, come on, white boy, let's go talk to Eddie Marlin. And I said, well, that's fine with me. So we went and talked to Eddie Marlin, and we've got another match signed. And Coco, you can be a nasty little bird sometimes. But you know, I didn't get to name the dirty white boy by helping old ladies across the street. I got the name by beating people up. Now, if you want to pull a little tricky stuff, if you want to be sly, and if you even have the least hint of cheating, baby, that's right down my alley. So, Coco, you get ready, brother, because, you know, there's something that I like even better than beating people up, and that's doing a little bird hunting. That's right, Coco. So come Monday night, brother, I'm going to do me a little bird hunting, and then we're going to see who is the better man and who deserves the shot at the Unified World Heavyweight Championship.
We'll see. That's about scheduled and lined up. Dirty white boy Tony Anthony and the Birdman Coco beware. We will find out who will get the shot this time at the Unified World Heavyweight title. The winner of that bout will get the shot. Well, let's take a look at USWA Wrestling coming up around the area. Out-of-town action coming up now. Championship Wrestling Friday night, January 17th, Kennett, Missouri, at the American Legion building. Lawler, the King, will be there. Moondogs, Kamala, Robert Fuller, Jeff Jarrett, Embry, Pritchard. A lot of people lined up for Kennett, Missouri on the 17th of this month. 24th of January on a Friday night, Houston, Mississippi, Championship Wrestling at the elementary school there in Houston. The King will be there. The Moondogs, Kamala, Jarrett and Fuller, Embry and Pritchard, and others lined up for Houston, Mississippi. Championship Wrestling Sunday. The date was scheduled for Saturday the 25th. It's been changed, so all of you people around Jonesboro, wrestling fans, and those of you that know friends that are wrestling fans, let them know the date has been changed to Sunday, February 2nd, Jonesboro, Arkansas, Earl Bell Community Center on Church Street. The King will be there. Jeff Jarrett, $1 off advance tickets there, too, if you get them in advance in Jonesboro. Championship Wrestling Friday night, February 21st, Corinth, Mississippi at the Corinth High School there. And Championship Wrestling coming soon to Ripley, Tennessee, and Ripley, Mississippi. That's USWA. Championship Wrestling, when it's in your area, be sure to be right there. Nothing like seeing it live and in person. Also, just a note here for kids. I know you may have seen the story, maybe in the papers and all this week. The unveiling of 2 toys worth $65,000. An old-fashioned riverboat and a Martin semi-trailer truck will be unveiled at the Mall of Memphis this Thursday morning at 10:30. I'll be there to unveil those toys worth $65,000 at the Mall of Memphis. We'll do that this week. We'll be back, and we'll do more here. Stay with us. Well, we're back, and Tony Falk, you had a special announcement to make. Is this your special announcement, or I don't know?
Okay, let me tell you, first of all, I'm so excited because I'm going to introduce to you Miss Jennifer. This lady is the love of my life. I want all you people to get a good look at Miss Jennifer.
Well, she's a nice-looking lady, Tony, but she's a nice-looking lady, so was she a valet or what is she?
That's right. I met her right in Memphis, Tennessee, and I fell in love the first minute I took a look at this lady. So from now on, wherever Tony Falk is, you're going to see Miss Jennifer right there beside him.
Well, all right. It's all right with me, Tony Falk and Miss Jennifer.
My fiance.
Fiance, too, he says. Well, I don't know. Miss Jennifer is going to be with Tony Falk. Tony Falk's getting ready to jump in the ring there. I guess Miss Jennifer will be at his corner. He'll be facing Jeff Jarrett and Robert Fuller, along with his partner, Doug Masters. Here comes Masters now. There's Jeff Jarrett and Robert Fuller greeting the fans and getting ready to head into the ring against Doug Masters and Tony Falk with Miss Jennifer at ringside. I tell you, doesn't really look like anyone that would be associated with Tony Falk. She's a nice-looking lady. Well, but I don't know. Tony says his fiance, so I guess Robert Fuller's over here blowing kisses. Well, Tony Falk said this is the greatest day of his life. Referee Kevin Christian waiting on him to say ring it, and we'll get to it. Trying to get the ring cleared so we can get 2 participants. There he is. And there we go. Jeff Jarrett, Robert Fuller against Doug Masters, Tony Falk. Tony in the corner now against Jeff Jarrett. Tony! Oh, nice takedown by Tony. Yeah, nice takedown. Look at this. Jumps outside of the ring, grabs Jennifer and kisses her, and back in the ring. Now, I don't know. She may give him a little more spunk. He'll need it against Jarrett and Fuller. Tony Falk looked good. Nice takedown on Jeff there. Tangling up with Jarrett now. Jeff's got him. Look at Tony. He's got that arm bar. Jeff reverses. Snaps Tony Falk down. Falk with the scissors. Jumps up. Yeah, Tony Falk. Oh, yeah, out of the ring again. Jumps out of the ring again, kisses Jennifer. Miss Jennifer, he calls her. Miss Jennifer. Tony Falk back in the ring now. Jeff tags his partner, Robert Fuller. Robert comes in. Still working on that left arm of Tony Falk. Takes Tony down. Whoa! Working on Tony Falk. This bout to the expiration of time. Jarrett and Fuller. It's Doug Masters and Tony Falk. Robert snaps Tony down. Almost had a pin cover there on Falk. Robert working with that arm of Tony Falk. Tags on Doug Masters. Robert snaps Doug down. Whoa, Masters tried to get his foot in the rope there so he could get a break. Didn't work though. Robert Fuller pulled him out of that rope. Stopped him from getting a break too. Masters trying for that move again. Goes on the middle rope. Robert pulls him again out of there. He won't let him get a break. Doug Masters could be a smart move. He got it to work, though. Get a little breather in, but Robert won't let it work for him. Working on that arm of Doug Masters. Tags on his partner, Jeff Jarrett. Jeff on the middle rope now. Comes down on the arm of Doug Masters. Twisting that arm. Takes Masters into the ropes. Comes off. Big hip toss by Jeff. Boy, he threw him all over the ring with that hip toss. There's Miss Jennifer in the corner of Tony Falk. Standing right by Tony. Tony says it's his fiancée. Oh, we'll have to see about that one. Jeff Jarrett and Doug Masters tangling up now. Jeff has Masters in a headlock. Masters rolls Jeff. Whoa! Elbow knocked him down. Look at Jeff. Great move. Big drop kick by Jeff Jarrett. Hey, look at Miss Jennifer over here. I don't know if we can get a picture of her, but she's over there looking at Jeff. Cheers for Jeff Jarrett. I'm sure Tony Falk didn't see that. While Tony jumps out of the ring, kissing Miss Jennifer. Miss Jennifer has her eyes for Jeff. Jarrett and Tony. Tangling up now. Tony working on the left arm of Jeff Jarrett. Yeah, hollers out, and that's Miss Jennifer. What do you think about that, huh? Every move he makes, how about it, Jennifer? He's got Jeff working on the arm of Jeff. Good move by Falk, though. Working on that arm of Jeff Jarrett. It's about to the expiration of time. Could go 2 falls, possibly 3 falls. We don't know. Tony still working on that arm of Jeff Jarrett. Twisting that arm. And Jeff gets out of the move. Back on his feet now. Hey, look at Falk. He pulled his hair there. Yeah, he pulled his hair. Yeah. Robert Fuller trying to tell the referee, hey, look at Doug Masters. He comes in now without a tag anything. They switch up on Jeff now, trying to get a little more strength on Jarrett. Referee Kevin Christian trying to act as their tag in there. Look at that. They come right there. Back in the ring, Tony, Falk, and Doug Masters switching up without a tag anything. Jarrett throws Tony into the rope. Oh, big elbow by Falk. Falk jumps over Jarrett. Comes back. Reversal. Hip toss by Tony Falk. Nice move by oh, he's got to jump out of the ring. Kiss Miss Jennifer again. Boy, now this is getting bad. Now, Tony was fought his foul. He would win this match, I tell you. Jumps out of the ring after every move he makes. Kisses Miss Jennifer. May would win if he would concentrate on the bout. Tony Falk and Jeff Jarrett in the middle of the ring now. Falk with some words to the fans now. Some unnecessary words. Jeff getting ready now. Tangles up with Tony Falk. Falk rolls Jarrett. Whoa. Turnbuckle, big right hand by Tony. Right jab by Tony Falk. Got Jeff in the turnbuckle. Another right. Big elbow by Tony Falk. Reversal. Jeff throws Tony into the turnbuckle. Big backdrop on Falk. Masters comes in. He gets the same treatment. Clothesline by Jeff. Boy, he's clearing the ring. Clothesline on Masters. Hey, look at this. Jeff jumps out of the ring. Boy, he kisses Miss Jennifer. How about that, Tony? Yep, Miss Jennifer, she's liking it. Boy, she's cheesing at that. She likes it. Falk and Masters jumping on Jeff outside the ring now. Miss Jennifer was outside the ring then. Jeff jumped out. He kissed Miss Jennifer on the smuckers there. Boy, she liked it too. Oh, I don't know, Tony, about your fiance. Miss Jennifer, there she is. Doug Masters in the ring now. Right hand on the side of Jeff Jarrett. Falk outside the ring there now. There's Masters working on Jarrett. Got him in the turnbuckle. Slams his head. This is the first ball of action to the expiration of time. May have 2 falls out of this one. Maybe even 3. We'll see how the time goes. Falk back in the ring now. Big right hand on Jeff Jarrett. Takes Jeff into the ropes. Jeff comes off. Elbow by Tony Falk. Takes Jeff Jarrett down. Boy, Falk is upset. Every move that Tony made, he had to jump outside of the ring and kiss Miss Jennifer. And Jeff went in. 2 count there by Tony. He almost had a pin, too. Jeff went in with a big drop kick on Tony, a couple of clotheslines on Falk and Masters. He jumped out of the ring and thought he'd give Miss Jennifer a big kick. Hey, look at Jarrett fighting back now on Doug Masters. Right hand by Jeff, another right hand. Hey, look at Tony Falk, he's pulling his hair in there. Referee Kevin Christian didn't catch it. Robert Fuller comes over, Tennessee stud. Hey, look at that, choking Jeff on that rope there. He's choking him on that rope. Tony Falk breaks it. Referee Kevin Christian turning around. Falk and Masters were choking him there. Did you get a look at Miss Jennifer? She's still looking at Jeff Jarrett. Interesting there. Big right hand by Masters. 1, 2. Oh, Robert Fuller comes in and throws Masters off. Masters throws Jarrett into the boot of Tony Falk. Falk up on the middle rope now, comes down. Big right hand on Jarrett. Takes Jeff into the ropes. Oh, sleeper hold on Jarrett now by Tony Falk. He's got him in a sleeper hold. Robert Fuller wanting to get a tag with his partner there. Jarrett trying to fight that sleeper hold Tony Falk has on him. Falk's got a good hold on him, too. Brings Jeff down with that sleeper hold. Tony Falk, Miss Jennifer, may be a plus for Tony. I tell you, he's been wrestling well today. Got Jeff all the way down on a mat now. Still has that sleeper hold on Jeff. Falk holding Jarrett down. Jeff's arm is still steady there. He hasn't given it up yet. Referee Kevin Christian trying to see if he wants to give it up. Jeff, oh, his arm still pretty steady there. Looks like, whoa, Jeff, getting some strength now. Tony Falk trying to hold on to the sleeper hold. Fans hollering for Jeff. Takes Jeff down. Ho-ho! But Jarrett with a smart move. Snap Falk right in the neck. Jarrett working on the midsection of Doug Masters now. They're both in the ring. Robert Fuller, Tennessee Studs in the ring. Throws Tony Falk outside the ring there. Going out to Tony. Jarrett and Masters in the middle of the ring. Jeff's down on the mat. Hey, look at that. Doug Masters got that chair. He's got a chair. But Jarrett gets that chair back. Whoa! Did he nail Doug Masters? Masters laid out in the ring. Kevin Christian, the referee, climbs back in. 2, 3. He got it. 1, 2, 3. Jeff Jarrett. But look at Miss Jennifer. She's still standing over there looking at Jeff. Tony Falk was over here at the desk. Well, she still got eyes for Jeff. I don't know about Tony Falk's fiance. Tony Falk was doing good one while there. Oh, but I don't know. There's Jeff Jarrett. Robert Fuller and Jeff Jarrett get the win. And oh, yeah, Tony Falk trying to help his partner, Doug Masters, out there now. Yeah, Tony Falk still out here hollering and complaining. We'll check our time. We may have time for another fall. We'll see Masters get up on his feet. We'll be back. Stay with us. Hey, we're back. In case you're wondering today about the King, Jerry Lawler, not with us today. The King and Jeff Jarrett won the tournament to go to Japan, and of course, Jeff wanted to stay here with his partner Robert Fuller, his newly formed partner, and try to get those world belts back from the Moondogs. So they sat down and had a talk and talked with the promotion. And the King got the Boogie Woogie Man, handsome Jimmy Valiant, to go with them over to Japan. And he won't be here this week. Back with us next week. Hopefully they'll win those belts and all that big money they've got over in Japan, too, and bring it back right here in the USA, even in Memphis. King also has a big show tomorrow, 10:30 here on TV5 tomorrow morning. The Jerry Lawler Show. He'll have some highlights, blast from the past, with Andy Kaufman. You remember him, and the David Letterman show and all that went on with Lawler and Kaufman and those pile drivers that Kaufman even suffered from. He'll have highlights of that and much more on the Jerry Lawler Show. That's tomorrow morning, 10:30, right here on TV5. Let's take a look at the action coming up Monday night, Mid-South Coliseum, USWA Championship Wrestling. Opening bout of the night, the Candyman, Reggie B. Fine, will be in the opening bout. On out Candy and all of that. He'll be facing Tony Falk, and I guess Tony will have Miss Jennifer in his corner. Now, he says that that's his fiancée, so that will be the opening bout of the night. Brian Christopher will be facing William the Freezer Thompson here. Brian says he wants to be in single bouts. Defeated Tony last week at the Coliseum, and he'll be facing the Freezer in a single bout. Wanted to get world title bout. The Birdman, Coco Beware, won the World Tag Tournament, the World Title Tournament last week. He and Tony Anthony had some words in the dressing room, met with the wrestling promotion, met with Eddie Marlin, and decided to have a single bout. And the winner of this bout, Monday night, the Coliseum between Coco and Dirty White Boy Tony Anthony, will get the shot for the unified world title. Cat fight, single bout, Miss Texas and CJ in the ring. That's going to be very interesting then. Miss Texas and CJ, cat fight here. Southern heavyweight title bout. Eric Embry hasn't said much at all about this, but we'll have to see. Embry will be facing Dr. Tom Pritchard for that Southern heavyweight title. Pritchard and Embry, a lot of heat there, a lot of Texas blood. That's going to be a good single bout, well worth the prize of admission in itself. Embry and Pritchard. Then, lumberjack strap match. Any of these bouts could be main events all over. Doug Masters and Bart Sawyer facing off against each other. Lumberjacks around the ring. Jeff Jarrett, Dirty White Boy, Tony Anthony, and Miss Texas in the corner. Bart Sawyer, Eric Embry, Tony Falk, and CJ in Doug Masters' corner. Lumberjacks around the ring, and Doug Masters, Bart Sawyer says he'll have to decide this time whether he's going to stay in the ring or get out of the ring. Either way it goes, it's going to be a tough decision for him. Then the main event of the night. World Tag Team titles at stake. Richard Lee brings in those crazy fools, the Moondogs, and they'll be defending the World Tag Team titles against Jeff Jarrett and Robert Fuller. No disqualification. Throw the disqualification rule out of the window. World Tag Team title bout. Jarrett and Fuller go after the Moondogs. That's on Monday night, 7:30 at Mid-South Coliseum. Parking is free again this week, and no increase in prices. It'll all be at the Mid-South Coliseum. Good night to bring the family out and enjoy USWA Championship Wrestling. Well, last week out at the Mid-South Coliseum, Eric Embry and CJ on against Dr. Tom Pritchard and Miss Texas. Take a look at this bout. Embry jumps Pritchard before the bell. There's the bell, but Embry's already took the Tom Pritchard. CJ on top of Miss Texas. We're on the way already. Hey, look at that! Embry nailed Miss Texas and laid her flat out. Embry throws Pritchard into the ropes, comes off. Whoa! Embry to the ropes, sleeper hold on Embry. Here comes CJ now in the ring. Jumping on top of Tom Pritchard. Miss Texas comes over. Grabs CJ, throws her down. On top of CJ now. Miss Texas. Boy, she smacked CJ and threw her flat down. CJ now in the ring. Pritchard's got her over his lap again. Is he going to do what he done to her last week? Yes, sir. Oh, but Embry gets some powder. Referee Frank Morrell says, ring the bell. That's going to be it. That's got to be it. Embry had some powder and threw it on Pritchard that time. Tony Falk was outside the ring and handed Eric Embry some powder.
The men from Texas. Referee Frank Morrell down on the mat. As Miss Texas and CJ are going after each other. Embry picks Miss Texas up, puts her over the knee of CJ. CJ starts slapping away on him. Embry says, no, let me take care of it. Starts working over Miss Texas. In the ring, look out, Miss Texas. Embry picks her up. Oh, man. Threw her out over that top rope onto the concrete floor. They have Pritchard tied up in the ropes. Again, Embry puts down the referee. Pritchard trying to fight back. Embry and Tony Falk double teams him. Pulls out a clothes hanger. Embry has the clothes hanger. Puts it around the throat of Tom Pritchard. He has a metal clothes hanger wrapping it around the throat of Pritchard.
I tell you, Tony Falk has some of everything. He's been interfering all night long. Here comes Dirty White Boy, Tony Anthony, Candyman, and Bart Sawyer. There goes. Yeah, well, that was last week out at the Mid-South Coliseum. This week, Dr. Tom Pritchard has a Southern heavyweight title bout against Flamboyant Eric Embry. One-on-one in the ring this week, Tom.
Corey, let me ask you something. How many times has Eric Embry been on this program today? How many times has he come out here today?
He's been out here a lot, too much.
He's been out here a little bit too much, I might say, but let me ask you this. How many times has he mentioned the fact that he's got a Southern title match against me Monday night?
None. I haven't heard him mention it. I've been talking about it, though. I've been talking about it.
Sure you have, but I haven't heard Eric Embry mention it because I think this is one of those matches that Eric Embry would rather forget about. I think Eric Embry really doesn't want to think about the fact that Monday night you've got to face me in the ring in Memphis, Tennessee for the Southern Heavyweight Championship. And you know why I think he wants to forget about this match? I think because the last time it was just you and me, Eric, I just stuffed your neck all the way down to your intestines. And Monday night in Memphis, Tennessee, it's going to be just you and me again, Eric. And you know as well as I do. Yeah, you may be from Texas, but I'm from Texas, and you notice I wear Texas everywhere I go. I'm Texas born, I was Texas bred, and yeah, when I'm gone, I will be Texas dead. But you see, you know something else about me, Eric. Just because I'm coming out of a different dressing room door now, and just because maybe the people may clap once in a while for me, and not everybody does, no, I don't expect it. But you know that I can be just as nasty as I want to be. And you know that I beat you for the Southern Heavyweight Championship before. And you know that I am the Texas Heavyweight Champion, and I've been both the Southern Heavyweight Champion and the Texas Champion at the same time. And Monday night in Memphis, Eric, I'm going to be the Southern Heavyweight Champion and the Texas Champion again simultaneously. Now let me just get this straight. You're a big, tough man. You brought in some girl that you want to call your hairdresser, your hairstylist, whatever it is. But you see, Eric, that's not going to keep you a champion. You can come out here and ignore the fact all night long that I'm going to be on your back Monday night. But you see, I don't like being ignored. I don't like being forgotten. I like being the center of attention. And being the Southern Heavyweight Champion not only makes me the center of attention, but it makes me the #1 contender for the Unified World Heavyweight Championship. And Monday night in Memphis, Tennessee, whether you want to clap for me or cheer for me or not, I'm going in the ring with one intention, and that's to be the Southern Heavyweight Champion. And CJ, Miss Texas has a very special surprise for you.
CJ, Monday night, I got you one-on-one. You can't run, and you can't hide behind that sick, pathetic, filthy-looking Eric Embry. Because after Monday night, I'm going to show you who the toughest bee in town.
Let me just say this, Corey. You see, Miss Texas and I go back a long way with Eric Embry. And Eric Embry's a manipulator. He's the kind of guy that can get you and sit you down and talk a lot of trash. But you see, I'm not a stupid man. I like money, I like fame, and I like titles. And Monday night, it's all coming to a head, and it's coming back to me.
We'll see. Monday night, Dr. Tom Pritchard goes after the Southern Heavyweight title against Flamboyant Eric Embry, who is the holder of the belt. Going to be a lot of heat in that one. We'll check our time, see what kind of time we have. We'll be back. Stay tuned. All right, we're back and don't have time for another fall, but we had a full day of USWA Championship wrestling today. Brian Christopher came out today, and he got the win last week over Tony Williams in the boxing bout. Defeated Bart Sawyer with some help from Eric Embry, too. Embry came out and says, well, I like this guy's style, and I just want to make him a little more mean. Not only that, but he wants to make him cheat in bouts, too. Comes out here, tripped up Bart Sawyer, and Brian Christopher got the win. Richard Lee brought the International Roughnecks, the Moondogs, out here. And as they do every week, they jumped up on Timmy Wilson and George Robertson, their opponents this week. They beat up on those two young guys, just two young guys in the profession trying to get over in the business, and the Moondogs just don't care. They just come out here and just humiliate those two guys, beat them before the bell even sounded, beat them in the ring, didn't get the pin cover, finally got the pin cover after about 30 seconds into the bout, just beat up on Wilson and Robertson. Eric Embry came out, got the win on TD Steele. Jeff Jarrett and Robert Fuller in an interesting bout against Doug Masters and Tony Falk. Tony Falk had Miss Jennifer out here, who he says is his fiancée, but I don't know. She had eyes for Jeff Jarrett out here today, and Tony, every move he made, had some good moves, and every move that he made, he had to jump outside the ring and kiss Miss Jennifer on the cheek. Said Jeff cleared the ring with a couple of good moves, a nice drop kick and clothesline. He jumped out of the ring and gave her a big smacker, and I think she liked that. But Monday night, Jeff Jarrett, Robert Fuller against the Moondogs. No disqualification. Richard Lee had the Moondogs out there with that whistle and those bones and all. It's all Monday night, 7:30 Mid-South Coliseum. Full action. Doug Masters and Bart Sawyer in the Lumberjack strap match. Cat fight. Miss Texas and CJ, Dr. Tom Pritchard and Flamboyant Eric Embry for the Southern Heavyweight title A bunch of bouts lined up for Monday night, 7:30, Mid-South Coliseum. Parking is free, so bring the family out and enjoy USWA Championship Wrestling. Nothing like being there, seeing it live. Hope you'll join us back here on next week for more of USWA Championship Wrestling. Dave Brown will be back with us on next week, and I'll be back then. Until then, till next week, I'm Corey Macklin. Bye-bye, everybody.
Wrestling.